Well, I got a haircut. Well, technically my barber shaved me bald. I fucking cut. So, today, we will be talking about books. Yes, I know, what a nerd I am. Well, more specifically, we'll be talking about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I would say I'm a pretty big Wimpy Kid fan. You know, got the whole book series and everything. Well, I consider Diary of a Wimpy Kid to be among one of the greatest books. Now, what is a great book? Oh, for example, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, 50 Shades of Grey, and To Kill a Mockingbird, to name a few. Now, among the characteristics that I found with all these books that makes it such a great book is its fanfiction. And, well, Diary of a Wimpy Kid has its fair share of fanfiction. So I think it's to do it an honor, to give it a service, to respect this great series by reading some of its fanfiction. Yes. Wonderful. I've picked a few fanfictions from the Loaded Diaper subreddit, to which I will link in the description below for if you want to read it yourself. Anyways, it's time to get reading. Hope you enjoy. Blahaj. Yes. Start off on a high note. Let's start with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Laced and Confused. Saturday, August. Damn, it feels like an eternity since I've written one of these. Where do I even begin? Not a lot has changed around here after all. Roderick has been living at home since he graduated from high school, spending his days sleeping and watching TV. Dad has tried to force him to get a job plenty of times, but Roderick seems content with doing nothing. After all, what was Dad really going to do about it? He's a gigantic pussy who takes his life frustrations and failing marriage out on his kids. Mom hasn't changed at all, she's still an overbearing bitch. Manny's in elementary school now, but he's still a little demon spawn. He's always locked away inside his room and I don't even want to think about what goes on in there. As for me, well, to put it frankly, I've been waiting to escape this hellhole for the past 4 years. I always thought that middle school was rough, but high school was much worse. Everyone becomes a colossal douchebag, and the people that you think are your friends will just bail on you out of nowhere. It also didn't help that my balls didn't drop until junior year. Look, bitch, why is purse? Actually, it's a handbag. Damn, bro. Even after I hit puberty, no one would pay me any mind. Even my middle school friend Rowley decided he was too good for me. After he became student body president, he completely ghosted me and began mingling with the popular kids. He even got fucking late before I did. Apparently he bangs Holly Hills in the gym teacher's office, and it turned into this massive scandal within the school.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
All in all, high school was a mess. I graduated with poor grades, poor social standing, and poor attitude. I truly feel like I haven't changed at all since middle school. In 2 days, I'll be cast off on my own to Plainview University, and I am beyond excited to finally have a chance at a fresh start. The days of me being viewed as a whippy clap are finally coming to an end. I usually use my left hand, but I felt like switching it up this time. Sunday. Today was supposed to be an exciting moving day, but of course my family had to fuck everything up. I woke up early to pack the rest of my school supplies when I noticed a skunky odor missing from the garage. When I went to investigate, I found Dad smoking my fucking weed. What a fucking deadbeat. I always wondered why I ran out of weed so quickly, and figured it was Roderick taking my shit. Stealing weed from your own son has got to be an all-time low. Instead of apologizing, Dad merely told me to fuck off and not tell Mum. I didn't care too much, knowing that Mum was having an affair with Vice Principal Roy anyway. But now I needed to re-up on weed before I went off to university. Else my anxiety and bipolar disorder really began to act up. Fucking tweaker. My old dealer Albert Sandy got arrested about a week ago for publicly demonstrating hate speech. But Roderick is always blazed, so I knew he had a guy that would sell to me. I figured since it was early that he'd been in his usual hibernation. But I was so desperate I gave it a shot. Upon entering this room though, I witnessed probably the most fucked up thing I've seen in my 8 years on this godforsaken planet. Roderick was overdosing on heroin. I saw his eyes wide open and initially thought I jolted him awake, but that quickly faded when I noticed a needle lying next to him. He also had this weird shit coming out of his mouth. Really, Roderick? I somewhat understood the ketamine addiction with fucking heroin. This is some shit you never fuck with. Roderick, being a waster, threw a wrench in my plan to get weed. But I had to put that aside since my brother was dying. I didn't really know what to do though. I've never dealt with an overdose before. Dad was cook, so he was no help. I knew Mum was usually a bit pretty early. Surprisingly enough, I found her in the living room. She's usually using the shower head to get off right now, but maybe Dad finally pleasured her last night. I updated her on the Roderick situation, but she didn't really seem to think it was a big deal. Your son is literally dying. Mum told me to just worry about packing my bags and that she'd get around to it eventually. I guess there was really nothing I could do to help myself, so I just left it at that. I felt a little bad at first since as a parent that my parents don't give a fuck about him. But Roderick is a dumbass himself for shooting heroin.
Not for your eyes. Nope, not for your... Well, I wouldn't record myself reading it then. Well, that was fucked up. Well, let's move on to the next book. Will this meme ever die out? Probably not. I present to you Diary of Wimpy Kid, the Morbius Cult. It's morbing time.
March, Tuesday. The Morbius movie is releasing soon. I'm a huge fan of the comics, but the film looks like it'll be awful. Turns out, I'm not the only guy who thinks this. Hear about Morbius? Looks really bad. The whole school's talking about it, actually. Someone writing in their journals until it releases. You know what? I'll do that too. April, Friday. Morbius has an unfortunate release date. Well, I'm surprised Roderick didn't do his usual prank at the same time. I'm not surprised at all. Morbius gang! Good thing is, school ended early for Morbius time. I'll just shrug it off. I'm currently in the theatre and man does this movie suck. I've never liked Jared Leto. He was already a horrible Joker, now he's messing up Morbius. It sucks so hard, I'll just leave. When I get out, I see some people wearing Jared Leto masks. I'm surprised that's even a thing. They're staring at me in a kind of scary way. I think I need to leave. Yeah, leaving was a good decision. One pointed at me and yelled that I was morphobic, and they chased me. I swear, I never ran so fast in a long time. Saturday. I had a horrible nightmare about yesterday's events. Morbius gang! I decided to hang out around Lee's, but I had an unpleasant surprise waiting for me at the door. Hello? I definitely was not expecting Leland of all people to be a morbist. Suddenly, Rowley yelled something about taking down Leland. I was a bit confused, but when then he attacks Leland, Rowley seemed to also be against the morbists. And he took me over to a bush in the park to strategize. He handed me a lethal mask to make them not chase after us. Sure, it works. More billion tickets! More billion tickets! We thought we would be safe at my house, but so did we know, not even my family was safe. Hello, Greg! Glad you've come to your senses. She told me Grandma was executed for being morphobic, and Dad was up next. I didn't know how to react, but Dad quickly broke free and knocked everyone out. He told us we should hide at Grandma's until he had a good escape plan. So, yeah. That was quite the eventful day. You've been hiding for a few hours, and honestly, we've basically adapted at this point. Our slash movie circle joke got all mobbed up. What a shame. Oh, Dad's back. His plan is to drive the car, the boat attached, and one of us will be in the boat with a gun to shoot at any morbus or chase after us. I told him how it was crazy to give a teenager a gun, but as he said, it has to be one of us, because Dad was the only one who could drive. Everything is so insane right now. This drawing represents how I've been feeling throughout this rollercoaster of a day. I regret drawing this. What the fuck?
Well, he certainly mobbed. Time to bring this to an end. I think I'm pretty late to this hype, but Diary of Wimpy Kid, The Squid Game.
December, Monday. To shorten it all out, I met this guy in a suit while I was walking home from school. We played this stupid game with these envelopes. After the whole thing, I got $10,000 out of it. He told me I can do more games like that one, and he gave me a business card with a phone number on it. I can win kid games like that. It'll be a piece of cake. Before I went, I called Rowley and a few others so they can play with me. If we all play, I have a better chance of winning. Tuesday, the next day, we all met up down the block. When the van came, we all got in. I don't remember what happened next because I woke up in this giant room with people wearing sweats, including me. I just pushed it all aside and messed up with everyone again. Then, all these men in pink suits came through this giant door and explained the rules. Then they took us to the first room for the first game. All it was the red light, green light. But the person, or thing, that was calling red light, green light, was this giant robot child or something. As we started the game at 5 minutes, I was already ahead of everyone else, except Ruby Bird. Don't ask me why she was here. I saw her wobble a little, and she was shot! Like holy shit, when they said you get eliminated, I didn't think they meant die. A bunch of people decided to be stupid and run away, but they all died. And I just kept my cool and went through the game like it was nothing. Thankfully, Rowley, Fregley and Chirag are still alive. When we all got back to the main room, they put the prize money in this giant pig. For each person dies, they add $10 billion. I have to win. The next day, I met up with Rowley and the gang and explained how we all are gonna have to work together if we're gonna win this. When we all were led into the next room, the guard told us that we had to pick from 4 shapes: a circle, triangle, star, and an umbrella. I told the gang that we should all pick something different because we didn't know what the next game would be. Fregley chose triangle, Chirag chose circle, Rowley chose umbrella, and I chose star. I chose star because that's what I'm gonna be when I won. As you saw in the last drawing, the guards gave us all cookies with the shape we chose. Then they said we had to cut them out with a needle. We are screwed. We only had 10 minutes and it didn't help that the guard had a gun in my head. Not to mention, Freddy picked triangle, and he passed in no time. After a while, I found out that if you lick the cookies, they melt, which makes them easier to break. I informed Rowley and Chirag on what to do, and we all passed. Thursday. The next day, we had to be in teams of 5. So me and the gang teamed up, but we needed one more player. Then I saw Roderick. I asked him why he was here, and he said he heard about the games too, so he decided to join. I asked the gang if Roderick could join, and they didn't mind. Anyway, we headed to the next game, and it was basically tug of war, but like a 1,000-foot drop, 1,000 foot in the air. If you lose, you fall to your death. Our team went first, and luckily we won, because Roderick basically carried the whole team. Friday, today, all of us had to be in Paris too. I immediately chose Roderick, because after I saw what he was made of yesterday, I needed to be his partner. Then we were taken to the next game. We were sent into a room that kinda resembled an alleyway or something. Then the guards gave everyone a bag of 10 marbles each. Then the announcer said that whoever teammates steal all of the marbles wins. Things immediately felt like slow motion. I almost fainted. That meant either Roderick or I live. I opened my mouth as I was about to say something to Roderick, but he grabs my hand and placed his bag of marbles on it. I asked him why, and he said he doesn't have a chance at becoming a professional drummer. I was speechless. Roderick told me to make my dreams come true. Then he punched the guard. The guard shot him in the blink of an eye. They made me leave the room. That was the last time I ever saw my brother. Next thing you knew, I'm back in the normal room. After a while, Rowley came in too, and a little bit later, Rowley did too. Chirag never came back. Chirag was my partner. Saturday, we have 2 games left. They were obviously gonna make the games harder, which is bad. because I've already messed up from what happened the other day. For the next game, the guards brought us to the white room with 10 numbered vests. There were 10 people left. Frugly went first, chose 10. I told Rolly to choose one, just to be safe, and I chose 2. Everyone else put on vests, and we all went to the next room, and it was at least 1,000 feet in the air, just like the tug of walking. It had 2 rows going across the room to the other side. Each row had square panels of glass spread apart from each other. Some were weak glass and some were strong. Then we all had to go, starting from 10. When Frugly went first, he obviously died. I'm a beautiful butterfly! Unfortunately, maybe fortunately, everyone else who went died. The only people who left was me and Rowley. Luckily, I had an idea. I just spread my arms and legs across and crawled to the other side. Rowley caught and did the same. Me and Rowley both are the last survivors. When we got back to the main room, the guards gave us both fancy suits and we ate a really fancy dinner. After the long day, me and Rowley just sat down and had a conversation. It would probably be our last normal conversation. Sunday. Today is the last day. I'm ready to play the game. The guards took me and Rowley to the room where we would be playing the infamous Squid Game. Just kidding, we're doing a 1v1. Me and Rowley both got a pistol. Greg, I need to confess. I need that money. Rowley. Joshy once said, respect your parents. But he never said, respect your friends.
Well, I think that's enough reading for one day. Thank you so much for watching, and please stick around for next time. Maybe not. Well, see you.